Hey Chunky fans! Hey Chunky fans, today we have an interesting one. Along with me today is my better half, Kalinda, aka Mrs. the Chunky Jeweler. And today we're going to make a Say hi Mrs. the Chunky Jeweler. Hi there Chunky fans and welcome back. Today we have an interesting one. Along with me today is Mrs. the Chunky Jeweler, aka Kalinda. And today we're going to make two nameplates. I'm going to do one and she's going to do one. Remember in the previous video I said that we'll do a tutorial on how to make jewelry, so today is that video. And introducing her today, hi.
Hi.
She's a little bit shy, don't tell anyone. So let's get cracking. First we'll melt some silver and I'll show you how to do the name, and we'll transfer the name onto the silver and then we'll start cutting. So let's jump in. Okay, so we have the name printed out already. So what we want is usually a standard of about 11 to 12 millimeters high on the capital letter, and the small letters are usually about between 5 and 6 mil. Your lowercase L's and D's and everything is usually about 8 mil. So the total length of this one is say 37.3. So when we roll out our metal, what we want to do is make sure that our metal will accommodate the name. And so yeah, let's get to it. So we've rolled it a couple of times and now it's time to anneal it. Annealing just means we warm up the metal so the metal becomes more pliable again, because when you're rolling it out it tends to it hardens up, and then we have to make it softer again or more malleable again. All you want to do is a soft flame and get it to a cherry red color. So I think now is about time that I explain to you exactly what you want to do. So we've got the nameplate, that's all glued and cut, well not cut out yet, but glued and ready to be cut in half. So what I'll end up doing is I'll give one piece to Kalinda and I'll have one piece, and she'll have a camera recording on her bench, and I'll have a camera obviously on my side as well, and I'll do one and she'll do one. And just to give you some background, she doesn't have a lot of jewelry making experience, although we've both been in the jewelry industry for almost 30 years, and she's been on the admin side and stock side and designing, and she's busy with a gemology course through GIA, so she's got her credentials. But she asked me not too long ago to actually start training her when I was just started out with this YouTube channel. And I thought, well, she came up with the idea where it would actually be cool if I train her, and all the questions that she might have could relate to any questions you guys might have. So this is the first of those type of videos that we're going to be making. And so yeah, and hopefully that helps you out a bit more with understanding what needs to be done, and she might be able to remind me of obstacles that I forgot about and I forget to mention in the videos, and in this way we might be able to answer all your questions through in the first instance with this video. And if you have any other questions, you're welcome to drop a comment in the comment section below, and I'm happy to answer that for you as well. So the next step, I'll cut it in half, and then I'll have my camera on and I'll explain all the steps, and she'll obviously be listening on her side, and then we'll record her while she's doing her section of the nameplate. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see how it goes. You ready?
Yep.
Let's get into it. Okay, so we'll start by separating excuse me, separating the two names. So there we go. Two names, fairly identical, and I'll pass one over to Kalinda, and then she can get started and I'll get started. Okay, so my apologies, I just realized my camera wasn't recording. So what I've done, I've just drilled the holes and just started to pierce the A on the inside, and realized that the saw blade was dull, so we're changing that out. You can't cut with a dull blade, especially this type of work, because you need your blade to cut accurately. You don't want it veering off to the one side or to the other. And make sure your blade is always lubed up. And then Kalinda had an interesting question asking me that, do we cut the inside first or the outline first? So I always suggest that you cut the inside, just for the fact that if you slip up, you can kind of rectify it. But if you've already cut the outside and then go back, cut the insides away, and you then end up making a mistake, then you're kind of stuffed. Then you have to restart everything. What's up? Okay, so now we do the L. Oh yeah, just make sure you put the blade the wrong way, the right way around. Happens to the best. Happens to the best of us. You might notice what I'm doing. I'm kind of using the saw blade like a file, just to get everything nice and even. And this comes with practice. You won't be able to do this in your first try. But it just helps with the cleaning up in the end. I'll leave it on a heart for last. You can give commentary in on your side. This is what not to do. I'm being nasty, sorry. And this is the whole point of making a video like this. I do it and I make it look easy, but I have heaps and heaps of experience. And one of you might be trying it out there and following my steps or my advice and saying, oh, but you told me to do it this way, that way, and it doesn't work. It takes a lot of practice. It's a certain amount of pressure on the blade. You just let it glide. It just, how can I say it? You guide it into a direction, you don't push it into a direction. And you just let it flow in your hand. And also, just to give you an idea, back when I was an apprentice, we were given one blade to cut everything. And if you broke a blade, you get a earful from your journeyman. Kind of have to beg him for a second one.
You fight dinosaurs to get more.
Yeah, and he didn't dare go ask for a third blade. And any of the old jewelers, or it's not old jewelers with experience, might want to comment as well. When we cut the outside, and I don't know why we all do it, we always try and cut it in one go. It'd be way easier cutting it from this end, this end, this end, this end. We all do it. We'll start at one point and work our way all the way around and judge ourselves if we can get it out in one piece. And comment if I'm wrong. Comment if I'm right, for that matter. But we all do it. Let me do the heart before I do the outside. And on that note, it doesn't mean you're a good or a bad jeweler if you can't cut it out in one go. Never be too hard on yourself. With practice, everything gets easier. It's not too bad. So you'll notice I'm not cutting, I'm just shaving the edges ever so slightly with the teeth of the saw blade, just to get the contours right. I think that'll do. Okay. So let's start on this end. It's the shorter side. I could start there, but I think I'm going to start over here. Get some lubricant. A good tip to follow when you're cutting is to keep your saw frame straight and parallel, because you don't want the name to be this wide in the front and this narrow on the back end. You want it to be nice and even. So you might notice that I don't always keep exactly to the line when I'm cutting on the outside. So that printing bit there seemed a little bit too thin for my liking. So all I do is I just go slightly wider on the outside of that line, just to make sure it's not super thin. I want it to look dainty and elegant, but I don't want it to be stupidly thin, so it just breaks. There my journeyman would rake me over the coals, but I broke a saw blade. That happens to the best of us. How are you going? Not too shabby. Cool. There we go. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. Okay, so while Kalinda's finishing up, I thought I'll tell you about today's sponsor. Us. We supplied the silver, we supplied the gas, we supplied everything for this video. We're doing our own editing, if you couldn't tell. But yes, just want to say thank you for watching, and thank you for all our new subscribers that subscribed to our channel in the past month. We really appreciate you. We appreciate all the comments that's coming through, and keep them coming, and the more the merrier. So yeah, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, and at the end of the video I'll have a little bit of a surprise for you as well, and so be sure to watch that. So yeah, let's carry on. Let's join in Kalinda's struggles. She'll get there. And by the way, this video is not meant to be a competition. It's just meant to showcase exactly what I have forgotten, that the struggle is real. You know, with jewelry making, it's not easy. You need to practice at it, and the whole point of this exercise is so Kalinda can do something and remind me of things that people out there might struggle with. I haven't had an apprentice for almost 10 years, so I forget. I get used to my way of doing things, and that's just how I've done it, how I've always done it. So drop me comments, give Kalinda some love, show her some encouragement. I'll get in the dead stare. We might see you in the next video. Let's get back to it. Okay guys, Kalinda's just about to finish up. Let's go have a look. Hey guys, Kalinda's just... That wasn't too bad, was it?
It was challenging.
Want to do another one? Okay, so the next step is we're going to burn off the paper, and then I'll show you how to clean it up. Sounds good?
Yep.
Okay, so I've burned off the paper, quenched it, left it in the acid for about 5 minutes or so, and now we just put them down so we can have a little comparison. So mine does look a little bit daintier and Kulina's looks a little bit chunkier, which I kind of like actually, and there's a few spots as there's a little bit thinner, but we can thin out that bit of the C and tidy that up a bit. And the same with mine, I've got a little bit of gouging going on there and over there. I'm quite happy with how the heart turned out, and yeah, just a little bit of finishing off, and then we'll sandpaper both sides, the back and the front, and then we've got to stamp it. Show you mine in the back. So we're going to get rid of all that burr and all that little bit of nicks and unevenness, sand all that away, and then right at the end I'll set a little diamond in that heart, and mine I'll just leave it as is. And then obviously we still need to add little rings so the chain can attach to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done, and then I'll let you join in as soon as we finish that, before we solder the jump rings back on. The new jump rings on. Catch you soon. For those of you who are still watching this video, I'm going to now show you a trick that I'm almost certain no one's ever showed you, especially if you're a student. So what I've done, I've taken a drill bit, and I'm going to use the drill bit see people placing orders already. Okay, take the drill bit and run it down the outside of the lettering, and that'll give you a nice smooth surface, and it gets rid of all the saw blade marks, and it almost leaves the metal semi-shiny, similar to when you drill a hole. Let me do the outside. So now I've got the Morse disc handy, so I just gently guide it along the lettering, get everything nice and even and smooth. I'll speed up this bit and stop yapping. I'm done with this, now it's time for sandpapering. With this paste, so let's see how it goes. It's a bit dodgy there for a second, but we got there in the end. Solder went all the way through. I do notice that the solder has run into the joint of the jump ring, but we'll recut that again. I'll quench this in the acid, and then we'll go over to Kalinda's desk or bench and see how she does. Well, there you have it, folks, all done. You've seen the end result of my nameplate, the one that Kalinda made. So Kalinda, how did you find making your very first nameplate?
Challenging.
Is there anything else you'd like to try differently next time?
The piercing and the sewing of the inside. That just needs practicing.
That's the only thing you're not entirely happy with?
Well, the sewing.
Yeah, well, sewing takes a lot of practice, and look, I feel she did a very good job with the very first nameplate she's ever made, so I don't think that looks too shabby at all. Notice it's not polished yet and the diamond hasn't been set yet. I'll help Kalinda to finish that off, and then I'll set the diamond. And if you'd like to see what that looks like, go check it out on our Instagram page and give us a follow while you're there. A little bit of self-promoting, never hurt anyone. So yeah, that's it. I think that brings us to the end of the video, folks. And yeah, so it's not that difficult to make jewelry, right? It just takes practice.
And don't give up.
Don't give up. And perseverance. I was just about to say perseverance. You'll get to a point where it feels like you just can't get it right.
Frustrating.
Research, ask questions, steal with your eyes. You know, if you're in the jewelry industry, just look at what the other guys are doing. If you're on your own, follow our page and you'll do all right. And let us know what you thought about this video in the comment section below. And if we're definitely planning on making more of this type of videos, where we already got 3 more projects in mind. It's just a case of finding the time to actually make them, but Kalinda said she's going to do one tomorrow on her own.
Right.
She'll be making a chain by hand, so keep an eye out for that video coming up in the near future. So I almost forgot, I told you this is a surprise in the end. So what I thought was, if this video gets 10,000 likes, then everyone that subscribed to this channel, or everyone who liked this channel, or this video at least, will go into a lucky draw, and I will then make you a silver nameplate with a chain, with your name obviously, right? And I'll set either a little diamond or a little birthstone in that nameplate for you. So you can gift it to a loved one, like a spouse, girlfriend, sister, mother, brother, if it's that way inclined. It's really up to you. But yeah, so we're trying to get our channel out there. So I thought 10,000 likes and I'll do a draw and give that person a free name chain in sterling silver with a sterling silver neck chain.
The best is to comment and just put your name in the comments so you have a person to pick.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So drop your name and your details, or not your address and everything, just your name in the comments. Make sure you are subscribed and then put on the notification bell so you can see when we do the draw. I might actually do the draw over on Instagram, but I'll do
live.
Yeah, that's even better idea. We might do it, we'll do it live. And we'll do our first live. Never done a live before, but then we'll do a live draw of the person we'll pick, and then we'll grab their details privately and then ship it off to them. No matter where you are in the world, we'll get it to you. Sounds good? Sounds good. So I think that's all that's left to say is thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like I said before, smash that like button, drop a comment in the comment section below, and yeah, subscribe to our channel. It really helps the channel out. A small channel like ours, it helps us to stand out against the algorithm, the dreaded algorithm. Now we're doing it for fun, and hopefully you learn something from the video. So until next time, bye Kalinda.
Bye.
Chunky Jeweler out.